Hey, hey, how's it going? Made sure to turn on my mic this time. Um, Happy Monday. As happy as a Monday can be. Uh, I am a little more late than usual. Uh, as soon as I got home, a package showed up and it had a bunch of stuff that I needed for a cosplay I'm working on. And not gonna lie, I lost a little track of time, but I'm ready to get into Spiritfarer. This time we will be actually playing it. Uh, and yeah, let's get into it. Okay, I think I had planned on. Yeah, I planned on seeing the Sprout guy. Hopefully, he's still not far. Uh, should be able to still. Oh no, can't set course. Oh, because it just turned nighttime. Let me go ahead and plants are good. Plant some more rice. Alright, down. Grab some shut eye. Get everyone awake. We will go ahead and head there. People are gonna want food soon, so let's go ahead and make some new food. Oh, that's right. He wanted pork chops. Don't know if that's just pork or just pork. Awesome. Alright. Let's just cook all of those. I hope everyone's weekend was good. I did a lot of shopping because I decided to wait last minute to actually get started on a major piece of my cosplay. Good morning, Sprout. Okay, fine. No hug for you. Alright. Yes. Oh, you might have noticed that there's a large empty nook in my house. You know what? You should add a wardrobe. Yes, a fancy dresser for your clothes. You don't seem to have anywhere to store your own outfits. This would be a perfect opportunity. What do you think? I haven't seen her in a while. Do you think she ran away? Maybe back to her parents? That's where I was gonna go. Okay. Some ropes. That's a weird name. Okay. Everything watered. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's see what errands have. Okay. Why are they called dailies then? Anything to buy? Nah. Okay. All of it. Off to Gwen's parents' houses. I don't know why I rang that. I hope they forgive me. Nope. There we go. Gwen, how is the next meal coming along? Do you need any help? Would you like a hug? Oh, big hug. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you. And would you like Do you like? Doesn't like stimulants. Would you like to eat shrimp cocktail? Okay. Oh, okay. I gave you that. Hold it. So it's not fine dining that you care about. Is it healthy? Would you like any grilled mushrooms? Oh, thank you. I was getting quite hungry. Okay, so you don't love that either. That is a live one. Oh, wow. There's no way our boat is getting through that. Maybe Albert has something in his arsenal. Some dynamite or something. Okay, well, we went a bit too direct, so we will head to fields. What, really? Okay, fine. We will head this. Okay, wait a bit. Okay, now change of course. Look here. Then while that's going, might as well go ahead and make some more. Since this is a lengthy process. Give Daffodil a hug. And leave the room. Okay. Nope, wrong button. Find Gwen's thing. Prove. Add desk. Icebreaker. Give her some pork chops. Give her a wardrobe. Head over to bottom line. Head over to those coordinates. Right, well. What is this? Air draft? Okay, don't have nebula fiber. Improve. That's Gwen's guess. There we go, that's her place. You know what? I think I will give you a wardrobe. Take those pork chops out of the oven. Papa. Wondrous. You're spoiling me, Stella. What an incredible piece of furniture. It livens the room so much. Yes, much cozier now. And filled to the brim with clothes and accessories too. You don't know how happy that makes me. Well, what are you waiting for? Jump out of these old dirty clothes. Pick something with some jazz to it. Oh my god. No, I don't want a red hat. Give you some black shoes. No, no, I'm not gonna change anything. I don't need to. Where's Summer? Have you seen Summer today? I think she didn't get up this morning. That's odd. She's usually up at first light. Something seems wrong with her house. Maybe Albert the shipwreck could help us. Uh-oh. Yeah, she don't look too hot. Okay, well, water plants. That's what she would want us to do. And we're going to head on over. What? Oh, you didn't count me arriving there? Oh, there we go. Let's move 2 feet over. There we go. Now we're there. Okay. And let's head on over. Okay, yeah, those are signs that been here recently. Those trees haven't grown yet. Let's head back to Daffodil. Then we will hop onto the navigation computer, head straight on over to the manor. Okay, and we'll plant some more lemon. After this, head on over to Albert's because I want to make sure Gwen's doing okay. Not Gwen, Summer. There we go. Nope, nope. There we go. Those both are pretty bad, but oh well. Did a little bit of fishing real fast. Nice easy fish. Good way to relax after a long day. Nope, we don't need quick travel. Okay, talked about this. She is here. At least presumably, since you know it advanced. And since there's an exclamation point over here. Stella. Stella. I'm sorry. Sorry I even considered doing this. Ending your days in your family house is so cliche to boot. Can't explain myself either. I just wanted to finish it off, you know? To decide on my own terms how I'd go. not let myself be taken away. I've been weak. Sorry. Oh, the irony. Crap. I feel so selfish now. Sometimes I wish I could have been like you. But rarely. Oh, crap. Hug me now. Feeling much better. Alright, now to talk to her on the boat. Quick, before she goes to bed. Look, this will come as a shock, but I'm ready to leave. I just can't fight it anymore. But it's okay. I know you're with me. Bring me to the Everdor, where you meet Karin. I'm ready. I think. I don't want it. No, I don't want it. We got things to do. Like, go to Albert Shipyard. By this path. There we go. One good pull. Alright. Head to bed. Come on, Uncle, I need you to go like, hey, you wanna... Oh, that's nice of you. Uncle, you're supposed to come out, be like, hey, you wanna go catch lightning? There we go. Ouch. A storm. Let's try and catch some lightning. Remember, your Everlight will protect you. What do you say? Yes, that's the spirit. Just stand below each head. Alright, well. Where are you? Here we go. hungry. Well, let me feed you. Alright, let's cook. How about we do rice and eel. Maybe that will make some sushi. Jellyfish. Here they come again. I don't feel great. Go. So have faith in you. I'll watch from inside. That one real bad. Okay, so it's over, isn't it? I forgot how much I relied on them to help out around the boat. Like constant chores without them helping. I get it. Food's done. So what do we get? Fish curry, not what I expected. Yeah, and that's what I want to give you. What? Pork chop? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I am so excited. They look so damn tasty. And they are. Sprout, you're a miracle, you know that? Oh, this is just so good. Now I just feel a bit guilty. And I'm sorry you're running all these culinary errands for me. Look, there was this kid at work, Craig. We used to have these long and tight union negotiations. All-nighters. Everyone would be at a standstill. Everyone was so hungry, and every restaurant was closed. I would send Craig on these endless 24-hour grocery store crawls for me. I would ask for these impossible gifts, saffron, sumac, and even anise. It was something like 2 o'clock in the morning. Our goal was to make the tastiest chops in the world. A meal for everyone, on both sides of the table, to calm heads and to appease stomachs. The first part didn't always work, but everyone was always well fed. I don't know how he did it, but Craig would always find everything on my list. I would joke with him that he would have to break into people's houses to get this stuff. Geez, maybe he did. I don't know how you did it, Sprout. You made it taste like home. Here's to you and Craig. You can finish working there, my friend. You don't have to, Okay. Now to head to Albert's. And I think I might drop Gwen off as much as I don't want to. Because if she wants to go, who am I to force her to stay? Just a little old eel, nothing I can't get. Okay, she's done working. Now where is she? In her house? Yeah, I know you want a snack. That's why I got you popcorn. Boom. Now you don't have to starve. Little one. Some people are getting a bit hungry. How about the next meal? Would you like fish curry? Fish curry? It's exotic? Oh, Okay, so not that. You don't want that. Okay. Comfort? Do you like comfort food? What do you like to eat? So it is possible to burn food. She takes out burnt food, it means it's possible to burn it. Sabotage my craftsmanship. Jumping in front of the scanner. Alright. Hopefully I have money. I don't know if I do. But gotta take care of my people. What is it? Oh, if I don't know that face. It's about that house, the green and brown one, right? Have some sort of problem with it, don't you? Yeah, I could see it from a mile away. Listen, I know my job. Me and the boys, we're real professionals. And it's not often we criticize another worker's craftsmanship. But that house? Oh, wow. It had to be the worst job I've ever seen. So consider this a lesson. Don't just trust any old amateur. Always go to a professional. So tell me, what complaints does your passenger have? What, she's sleeping? Oh, of course. That bald head of hers is very sensitive to temperature changes. Imagine how cold she must be. Not mentioning her dry and scaly skin. No, she needs a temperature and humidity control system. Luckily, that place was so shoddily designed that there's ample cracks for wiring electronics. So yeah, there you go. Some plans and schematics for a nice all-in-one HVAC system. Well, quality. Call it a courtesy. After all, how can you repay your debts if your boat falls to pieces? Cool. So then, iron ingot, spirit flower. I still don't know where I get that. And then I can't afford that. But, and then wool fabric, iron ingot. I can make chicken coop, a lounge, and a crusher. Okay. Oh, you hold off, sir. I'm gonna go build that real fast. I'm gonna get the pieces to build that real fast. I believe. I actually don't know if I have enough iron. I do have enough iron. Okay. Alright. Here, hugs for you. Lots of hugs for you. There's 5. Oh, whoops. Okay. Yeah, there we go. In theory, then, I should have 1 left over if this works how I think it does. Probably not, because I'm not the smartest. That will be the 10 iron that I need. Then, yeah, let me check that. Oh, okay, so it only takes 1 per use thing. Yeah, words. Okay. Alright, now to be able to get that expert quality craftsmanship that I need. Oh, that's a nice garden. Knock, knock. Who's there? Let us who? Let us in and you'll find out. That's a good one. I approve. Boom. Got it. Silica powder and zinc ingot not happening anytime soon. You're such a happy guy. Alright. Now, let's see about building a chicken coop. Wool fabric, ash plank, not happening. Ash plank, not happening. Ash plank, not happening. Alright, not building any of those. Good to know. We'll start cooking up something. How about fish, shellfish, corn, fruit, savory veggie, rice, fish, and grain. Okay, so I already did that. Mushroom. Fish and veggie or fish and mushroom. Okay. Coffee beans. Shrimp. Squid. Pork. Pea. Wood. Okay. So then how about we combine coffee and okay, can't combine coffee with anything. Tea, nope. Can't combine tea with anything. Okay, what about we combine fish? Okay. Crustacean and rice. Totally different. And we'll do some watering and some music playing. Whoops. There we go. That's nice that auto ends it for you. When it's like, you've wasted enough time. Okay. Corn. Coffee. Linen. Water. 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 That's it. Drop down, down. And we got ourselves southern boil. Okay. And then we'll try it with corn. Aw, so cute, kitty. Really gonna need your help on this one, Daffodil. You're gonna need to pull your weight. It's your dulcet tones that do it, not my guitar playing. I'll do some daylight. Gotta sing with all your heart, Daffodil. No phoning it in. away cooking. We're almost done finishing these leeks. Okay. Okay, now lettuce, carrot, lettuce, water. I know, water, water, up, go. Got food before it burns. Okay, still a fish boil, southern boil. Okay, then we gotta improve summer's home. Okay, I don't know where I get glass yet, so we can't do that, but we can at least give Gwen proper farewell. As much as I hate doing it, Gwen wants to go, so I'm not gonna force her to stay. Got corn. Okay, how about southern boy? That's I guess they're British or something, because I'm from the south, so to me that's not an exotic food. Okay, so you love dessert. There we go. Here, have a hug. You enjoy your apple pie. And then I have to go see what Uncle wants. Oh, hungry. I've got big appetite. It goes well with my love for food. But you know what I would go for? A bucket of fried chicken. That would bring me back. Because the best kind of food comes in buckets. Oh man, he would love a Puppy and Scooby-Doo. They had a whole restaurant where everything was served in buckets. Cooking sounds hard sometimes. In this case, it's pretty easy. Yeah, like they'd have there's this whole restaurant. The whole purpose of it was New Request fishing trip. Okay, that's a weird name to give it. Yeah, I'll do it because I'm going to need those little light things. What do kids call them? The blizzies. Okay, there we go. It's like I have lost track of all the lightning. Okay, well, I'm not making that one. It's too far away. I can make this one. Nice one, Dad, still. Glimpse. Wow, why did I think it started with BLI? That's way off. Well, I mean, I guess I got 2 of the letters, but still. I think, like, I don't know, I thought they're called, like, blips or something like that. But still, not close enough for my liking. I really don't want to say bye to Gwen. I know I have to, but I don't want to. And I knew it had to happen, but still. I wasn't ready for it. Thought there's gonna be more quests with her. Here we are, Gwen. Where you wanted to go. Well, let's hug. Okay, you just needed to come on down. Stella. Okay, here we are. I guess. I guess I've been waiting for that moment to arrive. Sooner or later. Will you accompany me, my friend? Thank you. Here we are. Stella, look. There's something I wanted to give you. I used to hide in my old music box. I don't know why, but it always felt to me like it was the best hiding spot. Here it is. My old lighter. I haven't thought about this old thing in a while. It barely works. I stole it off Father when I was 12. Please, use it to remember me. In the good times and the bad times. They exist together, intertwined. If there's one thing you learned from me, it should be that. Seems I couldn't escape it, doesn't it? Me being here, now. You know me. I've never been one to dwell on the past. Mainly because it always felt overwhelming to me. Like an irrepressible wave of resentment. But even at this very moment, I still wonder. I don't know if I've ever tried to connect, and I've been so sure of it. My opinion just never changed. You know what I've always said, that people come and go, but don't pay attention to each other. They never really did. That lives are only ever parallel, adjacent at best. Well, that's bullshit. I can see that now, and hear the proof of it. And not just you. But Mom cared as well, in her own way, and others here, even given the circumstances. Still don't know about Father. I should probably forgive him now. Find that last shred of strength left in me. Would that make me a better person? Would that make a difference? Maybe. But after all this, I don't think I care. And it doesn't matter. I had my best friend by my side. I had you. You're a wonderful person, Stella. My life would not have been the same without you. The light you showed me was more than a beacon. It was a guide. Only I was too blind to see it. My shades were too opaque. Okay, let's go. Can't hold it any longer. Thank you, Stella. Thank you for bringing me here, even if you didn't want to. Thank you for kicking my butt and shaking my ego. Don't forget that I loved you as much as I could. Goodbye, my friend. See you there. Face to face. For such a long time I have been watching you, Stella. Close, yet far. You've kept your distance, but you knew I was there. Hidden in every shadow, skulking in every silence. Since the very beginning, I have been a part of you. Even as my existence was but a foreign thought, and as your loved one surrounded you with care and affection, I waited silently. Your joy, your pride, your happiness, moments of laughter, bliss, of friendship, gone. I know it feels just like yesterday. The hourglass has turned, and at last, you have found me. For now, I have not yet fully awoken. Resume your duties. Carry on your graceful dance. We'll meet again soon, Spiritfarer. I just... I don't know. Like, I know I had to come to an end eventually, but still. Alright, well, before I head back to Albert's, I'm gonna go see what's happened with the Bottom Line Incorporated. Might as well let him sleep. So I did fish station. See you later, buddy. Sorry about that. So now, yes, I got stuff to take care of. Good morning, Uncle. Hiya. Hey. Nice. Good morning. Food? Okay. Did you know that Toll loves pork chops? Yes, I did. He told me so himself. Alright, here we are. Bottom line, corporate discovery. It's corporation, but you know, who's paying attention? Not me. Stella, if I recall correctly. I never forget a face, especially if they have shiny glims. Don't be shy, have a look if you fancy. Would you like a disgusting finger food? Okay, never mind. That makes sense. You know what? Never mind. I don't want to sell you anything. Glad you're happy about it, though. Okay. Just, you know, scoping out the area first. Dude, I can't wait for our next game. Our friend Buck has been pairing a new game for us. I'm sure he'll tell us soon. Oh no. Wow. Rude. Sugarcane. Pancake recipe. Yeah. Ain't nothing that way. So just float on down. Okay. Sprout. Look at that fuse box. The glass is all busted up. That's not up to code. If I were their union leader, believe you me, I'd make that greedy boss eat his own shoes. That's also locked. Who's unlocking all this stuff? Nope. Okay, back to the line. The time has come, my friends. Let's trample the thorns of inequity. Let's burn the tangling ropes of low-wage employment. Let's tear down the golden walls of the upper class. Your conditions here have been appalling. It's time for you to revolt. Let's show this capitalist pig that's your work that creates wealth and value. Your work that makes him a profit. And he is the one living off your backs. Let's break his knees. We'll never surrender. More days off and more days off. Do not despair, my friends. Together we can reverse this unjust stream of enrichment. Together we can finally give the power back to the working class. Power you deserve and the wealth you should benefit from. Time to claim what is rightfully yours, my friends. Yeah, let's find his wallet. I want designer sunglasses too. Oh. Hello there. You've come to join our protest? Yes. Good. Come on in. I even have a little something to ask you since you've just arrived. You'll find up there the CEO of this company. He's fled to his office and won't come out. Coward. Let's see if we can convince him to face his employees, have an honest dialogue with them. We won't budge before their conditions have improved. Need to pause a second. Let me actually breathe. Go away. What do you want? Get away from here. I have done nothing wrong. I am the one being threatened. As if 3 fewer days of vacation a year was a big problem for them. I mean, they should have thought twice before starting a family, right? I'm not responsible for their poor life choices, nor for their lack of higher qualifications. And they should be happy I've not delocalized the production. What would I have to do next? Pay them medical insurance too? Why would I pay them if they don't work? It doesn't make a difference if they have a broken arm or a whooping cough. They still don't work here when they're not here. Okay. Alright. Now. Up. I want to go over to the side. I don't land on that. Now drop down. Aw, yeah. Oh, whoops. Not what I meant to do. Easily remedied, though. No mercy. Let's take the fight to him. I'm just here because I can take a longer break. Let's eat his dinner and see if he likes it. Down with this fascist hog. Let's follow him home. You there in the middle. I want to talk to you real fast. No. Who talks to the one in the middle? Okay. Oh, you're all at dialogue. Okay. We won't move. Not without having negotiated. Alright. Back up the, What do you want? They just want to negotiate, you say. Look, it's getting hot in here. I'm getting hungry, too. Okay, you can tell them I'll reverse my decision on the vacations. I'll wait for you here. Okay, I can't drop down to that platform. So, nope, not enough. Plus 20% increase in wages and full compensation for medical expenses, as well as another week of vacation and 5% on capital gains. Ooh, driving a hard bargain. A hard bargain considering that the guy, is like, I'm gonna take away 3 days of vacation. What'd she say? But, damn, I really got to pee. Okay. Whatever they want. Tell them they get whatever they want. But they have to stop calling me Mr. Moneybags, got it? Okay, go now, I have to find the key to this door. It's telling me all it's cold. What did he say? You agree to everything you said? Wonderful. You're one hell of a negotiator, Munchkin. I like you already. Look, my work is done here thanks to you. I probably could embark with you on this fancy boat of yours. Can't wait to rest my old bones in a cozy home and have you by my side, Munchkin. See you there. I'm the leader. Stole a key from the boss's office yesterday. Protest leader thought I'd teach him a lesson. I won't give it up for nothing. Maybe a little bag of glims. Let's say an even 100 up front. I do have a family to feed. Beautiful. Here it is. One key to the CEO's office. Is that not the office? Ooh, wonton soup. Okay, yeah, we're talking about mine. Unions forever. We won. I just love working. I don't believe you. You're lying. Hooray! I'm gonna eat 2 steaks tonight. Take that, you capitalist pig. That did nothing. I agree, it sure is a mess. Well, guess I'll come back later when I have glass, which I don't have. Well, let's go meet this new strange face. Keeps calling me Munchkin. What are you waiting for? Took you long enough. It is a giant lion? God, that's right. Woof. That felt funny. You'd think I would have seen everything at my age. Not sure I liked it though. Sure beats being an impersonal hooded blob. These capes are really scratchy. Ah, feels good to breathe the fresh air. Time for me to stretch my legs for a bit. I'm hungry as well. You know what? Would you be a dear and fix me a little meal? That would be marvelous. Thank you, Munchkin. You can leave now. Well, I think you would like fine dining. Well, it's a bit overcooked, isn't it? And kind of bland. Bah, never mind. That will do. Thank you, Munchkin. You're a sweetheart. I've been out of the loop on this island. I don't know, it might be a she. I'm not sure. Not trying to assume gender, but they are a very buff deer to replace, Gwen, who unfortunately left. Didn't like the word titties. Wow. So, what does bara mean? Yeah, I wonder why one liked the word titties. I've been out of the loop on this island. You tend to lose track when you fight for the workers' rights. We should catch up on the latest gossip, don't you think? Oh, but don't get me wrong, I don't really like gossip. But we need to stay informed. In case important things happen. And I know just the right person. An old friend of mine has been roaming the seas. She could probably tell us what's been going on. Ah, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, so just big male pecs. Are you game for a little adventure? Well, it's not like you have a choice. She should be around. She's gained a bit of weight recently, but don't tell her that. She's always making a scene when someone mentions her appearance. Let's go meet her. Hurry up now. Hug. Aww. Good. I needed that. Okay. So, not really a fan of fine dining. Big juicy pectorials. Here, just have some cold. By the way, congratulations, Sweet, on your March launch. Sugar cane. Sugar cane. I don't know why I watered it. It's raining. It's fine. Let's go ahead and cook up. Wait, recipes. So I got wonton soup and pancakes. Egg and flour, don't have that. Chicken fat, don't have that. Meat and rice flour. Okay, so I have to get the thing to make rice flour. But let's try squid and corn. And then we will go to that. Wait, no, yes, that. Because I believe I need to make the rest of the iron. There we go. Grab those. Pop on out. Let's go ahead and carve up some wood. Wait, food, just got a little bit more wood cut. Daffodil, stop laying down on the job. We got work to do. That is fish curry, okay. Was really hoping it counted something else, but I guess not. No. Actually, let's do some fishing, since it's raining. Mackerel popped back. Weird. Times sure are changing. Alright, everybody wake up. We got to go. We've got things to do and things to do. Like, what's this over here? South Point Docks. What the fuck are you? Let's go see Olga. How is it going? Would you like a delicious dessert of... Are I gave you that. Finally, would you like some rice? Enjoy your rice. Yeah, I need them Glens. Unless I really need it, this is the last one today. Thanks, Daphne. Now then, let's go ahead and get those ready. Oh, that's right. Let me see if I can make mystery person their house. I don't know what their name is. I cannot. Probably because they haven't requested a house yet. They need to get with the times and want a house already. Good morning indeed. I'm happy you found me, Munchkin. I'm happy we've been able to help these poor souls in the factory. The workers deserve better, and the ruling class will never change. A bunch of swines they are. They're the same as us, you know. They just pretend to be superior only because their wallets are full and their houses are big. Yes, I know not all rich people deserve to die, but I've never accepted how workers were treated. Exploited, diminished, just because of their birth. It's unfair and unjust, and I will fight for them until my dying breath. I like how they walk with such a pompous, looking attitude for someone that wants to take down the bourgeoisie. Like, they look like they're part of the bourgeoisie. Oh, these sisters. Talk to Astrid. Ha! I learned your name. Don't you feel stupid? Oh, so you're Stella. She's here. Really? You ring a bell to get my attention? Oh, that is actually a lynx. Or at least, cat related to the lynx by the ear tufts. I don't know why I'm pantomiming with my hands, considering you can't see it, but yeah. Ah, there we are. I'm happy to see her, Munchkin. She's always been a kind person, and we go way back, me and her. But I've got to tell you, last time we saw each other, things didn't go that well. She might still hold a bit of a grudge against me. It's not my fault if I say things as they are. You don't always make friends by being honest.
Mm-hmm.
And you might even lose a few. But we're old now. So canoe under the bridge, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Follow my lead? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sure. Perfect. Olga! Yeah, I gesture all the time. Even on the phone, I'll gesture with my hands. I'm like, yeah, you know, the thing, it kind of goes like this and whatnot. You haven't changed a bit, old friend. Still so green. Astrid, my dear old Astrid, I'm glad to see you. And glad to see that you're out of your old shell. Would you happen to owe this to the charming young lady here? You are the new Spiritfarer, aren't you? Albert was telling everyone that Karin had been replaced. Stella, isn't it? When I think he borrowed my hairbrush and never gave it back. Oh well. I hope this new job of yours doesn't weigh too heavily on your frail shoulders. You can count on me to give you a hand, my little lady. So tell me, Astrid, what brings you here?
Mm-hmm.
As you say, I'm back in the world. The first thing I wanted to do was pay you a little visit. You know, to catch up on things?
Mm-hmm.
How are you and your sisters doing? Oh, you know, Irina is still focusing on her studies, and Masha has picked up a new hobby. Knitting. She says it keeps her stress levels low. Not that she's ever done anything really stressful, mind you, but she crafts nice little mitts for the winter. You should pay them a visit as well. Oh, and Astrid?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? You won't believe what I heard the other day.
Mm-hmm.
What? Miss Shrewsbury is pregnant. Again.
Mm-hmm.
What? I can't believe it. Yes! And you know what? Bob is not the father.
Mm-hmm.
No. You're kidding me. Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, she always knew how to lure them boys. And speaking of boys, I hear Giovanni is back. And from a reliable source at that.
Mm-hmm.
Giovanni is back? Who told you that?
Mm-hmm.
Where? When? Well, if you're interested, I can go dig deeper. But are you interested?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. No, I don't care what he does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to know. He can frolic all he wants. As you wish. But you know what? I'll go check my sources and I'll write back to you. Just in case. Now that you're traveling in good company, I know where to find you.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, okay. But no rush. I'm happy Stella found me, and I want to spend some time with her and her crew for now.
Mm-hmm.
Olga, dear, could you show her what you can do? I'm certain your help will be greatly appreciated. But of course. And on the main attraction, come here, little lady. I'm a very old being, but not very wise. Yes, a bit like Astrid. But there are some things I can do. My specialty is patience. And spinach puffs, but we won't talk about that right now. If you look carefully, there are 3 receptacles on my back. You plant logs, oars, or rocks in them, and then you wait. And wait for me to come back to the surface. And when I'm back, the rocks or logs you used will have become a tree or a mining rock. Isn't that nice? I can't tell you what my secret is, but you have to know one thing. It's normal if they smell like strawberries, okay? Alright, hop on my back, little lady. Here we go! Alright, gonna plant log. How about a nice maple log? Finalize that. Gonna plant a nice limestone and some quartz. Okay. Do I need it? Oh, I fell in the water. Alright. Stella, are you done? Wonderful. I'll go back underwater for some time. Do not worry. I'll re-emerge as soon as what you've planted can be fully harvested. In the meantime, take care of yourself and of your passengers, Stella. Bye now. See you soon. Wow. Wow. Okay. Alright. Well, we're done talking, Astrid. Okay, fine. We're not done talking, Astrid. What a bust. I hate that you ring a bell. I hate that so much. I hate that. She had a lot to say, did she? Running her mouth like that. She's always been chatty, this one, but I don't judge. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but her eyes are a bit scary. Soothing and kind, for sure, but scary. I think she should talk to someone about this. But enough about her. Thanks a lot for having brought me to her, Munchkin. It's really appreciated. There's always so much going on, I can't get enough of it. Also, what she said about that Giovanni character, well, you know what? Never mind. We'll have ample time to talk about this later. I don't want to bore you with this now. See you later, Stella. Would you look at that? That's what I call a foundry. Do you feel the heat, Munchkin? Do you smell these fragrances of molten metals and heavy machinery? This is where magic happens. We are going to make some beautiful things in here. Let's go inside so I can explain how it works. I've already used it multiple times. What a machine. Oh my. Stella, this is a first-class foundry you've got here. Even I myself couldn't have done better. Simply stunning. Let me run you through the basics. This is a complex machine and you have to be very careful around it. First you have to load ore in the furnace. Then you have to throw coal in the burner to power it. The machine will then reach its working temperature. Then whatever ore you've deposited in the furnace will be smelted into ingots. The bellows on each side of the furnace will make the heat go up. Each metal will behave differently, but once the right temperature is reached, the fusion starts. We'll have to make sure the temperature remains at the right level. Below it, the process simply stops, and above it, well, you don't want to see this happen, Munchkin. And that's it. I told you all you needed to know. Have at it. I've already done it multiple times. You do not have to tell me how to work the foundry. Okay, well then. You have a house yet? You do not have a house. You do not want a house yet. Let me correct myself. Alright, well then, we will, see. Okay, alright, those are crates. Never mind. Hummingbird, limestone, raspberry. Yeah, let's go there. So I think that's the spirit that is writing poetry about axes, and now I have their poem, so I can give it to them, and then they'll be like, "So why have a poem?" And I'll be like, "You threw it in the ocean, you dingus." That Bill, why are you always frowning? And then I'll wait till pure night to clean the barnacles off and then head to bed. In game, let me clarify. Head to bed in game. Okay. go to bed, Daffodil. Wake up, everybody. I have more than one dessert type. Don't remember what the other dessert is. Or at least I thought I had more than one dessert type. I inquire taste, comfort, dessert. No, I only have one type of dessert. Well then. Let's put that and a medium fish together. Whoops. Why don't you come out of your house anymore? Alice. That's your name. Would you like some delicious potion food? Oh, this rain will it ever stop? It will, because I will tell Uncle to make it go away. Good morning. Storm! No, that's too bad, Sprout. Maybe next time. Maybe. Probably not. Wouldn't happen to have a little something to eat, would you? Okay, so you didn't like fine dining. Would you like exotic fish curry? Thank you, Munchkin. That's a sandwich. But the animation of you eating that is adorable. Like, maybe not the bite part, that's a bit scary looking, but the chewing part's adorable. Giving a hug. Aww. A hug brightens my day. Wow. Doesn't like banging. I thought you were cool. Blueberries. We are here. Let's go, Daffodil. I wonder what he's yelling about. Well, we'll find out if he survives this falling tree. He survived. Wow, berries! These look incredible. I was just dreaming about these. Here, have a strawberry. The service on this ship is incredible. You're not even on the ship. You don't know what you're talking about. You've gone senile. There we go. I know, I took all your raspberries. What are we gonna do about it, old man? Okay, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do for the spirit on that, but oh well. We have other places to head to. Is the blueprint chest didn't get there? Impossible. Game's lying. There's a sheep there. Okay. Well, okay, the sheep there isn't ready. Okay, I think I understand these symbols a bit more. Okay. Okay. Think I have more abilities for this? Wait, actually, okay, there's a bus there. This is probably the closest bus. Going there. Turn around, about face. Wait, what am I doing there? We're about to go through rain. I don't need to do that. I don't need to waste my time. I understand, Uncle, but I don't wanna. Maybe next time. Maybe. What are you enjoying? Oh, you like the flute? That's good. Oh, wait, do you have anything you want to talk about? I disagree. Rain only enhances a day. Here, would you like some corn? Oh, sure. Yeah, I know you want chicken. Making me want fried chicken. Exactly who we were looking for. So I did something about it. I went outside the pool and gathered some carrots, but I went a little overboard. I have too much. Here you go. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Alright. Time to talk to Alex. Remember your name? Alex, let's go right here. Oh, Alex, yeah, baby. I don't know what you did, but it was cool. Okay. Yeah, that's just copper ore. Okay, going here. Get food. Okay. Blueberries. Fish, veggie, mushroom. Okay. What about the station and leak? How about that? No yawning, daffodil. I'm not allowed to be tired. Let's go, Daft. We have important things we must attend to. We're gonna take the wool real fast. Don't worry, we're not mean people. Have some corn. Oh yeah, it just makes you follow me. Well, then you can have the corn back. I'll take the corn back. Like, you don't need to follow me, bud. What? Now I got sheep following me everywhere. Is there really more to explore to this place? Oops. There we go. Steal that coal. Yay! Thank you for picking up ore. Okay. Veggie pot pie. That sounds so good right now. Whoops. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. I was seeing if maybe, just maybe, there was a another secret path along there. Humble abode. Let me guess. You finally decided you wanted a house? Yep. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had one either, though I might have. When I went to college, I actually tried a lot of vegetarian food, because, it was funny. There was like 5 lines for food at the place, and, the way it worked was basically you had a line for Hispanic food, a line for like soul food / southern comfort food, a line for what was it? A line for like, oh I know, there are 3 lines and then a service bar. So you had your line for Southern comfort food, you had a line for Hispanic food, and then you had a line for vegetarian food. And then the help yourself stuff was like waffle mix, and that was it. And so because, you know, you had Tex-Mex and Southern Comfort, those lines were constantly busy. But the line for vegetarian food was almost always empty. And so I would just eat vegetarian food all of the time. Yeah, that does sound really good. So, let me, here we go. To Astrid, from Olga. Astrid, while the 2 of us are caught up in the latest gossip, I forgot to give you something. I found this while flipping the magazines, and it made me think of you. It definitely fits your style and panache. Also, I heard a rumor your husband could be in Iwashima countryside. It might be worth checking it out. I'll keep asking just in case. Your friend, Olga. A letter, you say? From Olga? That's so nice of her. Olga had news about Giovanni's whereabouts? Iwashima countryside, you say? Oh, okay. We should probably go take a look. And what? An inspiration for a house? For me? How thoughtful. Can't deny it. Olga knows me so well. Yes, indeed, I would be very happy to have such a nice den to live in. It's always pleasant to know someone is thinking about you. I mean, you could have thought about this yourself, of course. But don't worry, I know you're very busy, Munchkin. Being the Spiritfarer and all. It's okay, I won't begrudge you. And I know you. You'll build this nice cabin aboard as soon as you can. You're so resourceful, after all. Thanks a lot, Stella. I can't wait. Your favorite dish, vegetarian dish is minestrone soup. I'm not a fan of minestrone, but that's probably just a me thing. Also, vegetarian food's good. Only thing I hate is vegan and gluten-free because that takes all the yum out of it. Yeah, occasionally they had vegan food, and that was alright. Like, I wasn't like... I didn't have a strong opinion either way on it. Yeah, I think my favorite thing that they had there is like quinoa burgers, and they taste so good. And I asked if I could get the recipe, but they were like, nope. And I was like, that sucks. You'd think you would offer that to your students who are paying, you know, to eat this food. It's really like, I'm not a huge fan of, beans that much. Like, I'm not, it's, like, I guess the texture, I'm not a huge fan of the way it is. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of quinoa by itself, but like the seasoning they used in it was pretty good. It's one of those where it's like, you know, like you'd watch like Kitchen Nightmares, and they're like, yeah, we have like these vegetarian, you know, blah blah blahs, and people are like, oh man, it tastes so good. And then Gordon Ramsay will walk back there and they're like using like beef broth to season it. And it's like, this goes against vegetarian. I would not be surprised if they're like, yeah, we'll just add in some, you know, beef broth into this while you're making the quinoa. Like, I like beans itself and like a lot of different foods, but when the bean is the primary texture, I'm not a huge fan of it. And then I can't comment too much on Hispanic food because I'm from Texas, so our Hispanic food is very bastardized. Like, I have friends that are from South America, and they, whenever it's like, let's eat Hispanic food kind of thing, I let them pick the restaurants, because they'll be very upset if I pick a restaurant. I like whatever restaurant they go to, but if I take them to a restaurant, they'll be like, this is garbage. Greetings from Furugawa. Experience the wonders of the great outdoors. You can now take a tour of the city, see the shops, visit our shrine, take in the sights available now in Furugawa. Alright, well... Wait, I have watering to do real fast. No? Alright, all of it. Turn it. Yeah, I'm not. Whoops, they're gonna be really upset. We're just gonna sleep so they can't be mad at us. But yeah, I'm not like a huge fan of beef broth. But I will use like beef bouillons and things, which I mean, it's just like condensed beef broth. Oh, they're probably really upset about that. But you know, that's on them. You know, they shouldn't have. Yes, there's a bunch of rare chests I'm missing there. Let's go to the lighthouse. Wait, no. There was, okay. Forgot there's that, but I need to go to, was it, negative 150, 150? Negative 150. Okay, so I can't do that. So then, yeah, then let's go here real fast. And then we'll make plans to go to, yeah. Stella, you've got to be kidding me. This house is just fantastic. You know, I love simple things. Simple things that make me feel good and warm inside. What can I say? I just don't like when it's too complicated or luxurious. I just don't. That's who I am. I've always been like that as far as I remember. When I was young, many of my friends were pretty rich and famous. You know, artists, philosophers, sports athletes. I've always attracted the finest people. What can I say? It didn't mean a thing back then, and it still doesn't up to this day. That's probably why I ended up marrying Giovanni. He was so simple, yet so elegant. So genuine, but also fun and unpretentious. And he didn't have a dime to his name. Still doesn't, I guess. Okay, I've got to admit, I think I miss him. I know I shouldn't. I know he's worthless riffraff. I know he probably doesn't give a shit about me now, but I just can't forget about him. Hey Munchkin, do you think you could check the mail? Maybe Olga's written us about him, as she said she would. Be so grateful if you did. Thanks a lot, Stella. I won't forget this. No, not you. Here, have this. Are you following me? Or do I need like another one of those in order for you to... Okay. Can I kill you? Yeah, the sheep just was like, oh, pop up here. Stones. Sonchocho. I'll have to look into that one. I've never heard of Sonchocho. I dated a girl who was from, her parents were from Guatemala, and so I had a lot of really good food there that was seafood based. Like when I'd visit. And then, one of my friends is from, well, her parents are from, El Salvador. And her dad apparently was a chef that was like well known in town that he moved from. So her dad will be like, hey, here's a good restaurant in town, kind of thing. Sancocho. Okay, I'll still have to look that up. I still don't know what that is. But yeah, the only thing that we've made, like, with her is, oh, gotta buy that, is, uh, that's expensive. Is, my brain just died. Pupusas. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. I like getting some sun here. It's peaceful. Sometimes it isn't. Especially when people love to jump on this umbrella. They jump up and down, up and down. They love to bounce on the thing. Drives me out of my skin. Nothing else I can do but complain, I suppose. You mean like this? Exactly like that. What are you doing? You're ruining this very pleasant day. Stop bouncing right this instant. You can't just come here and bounce like some kind of overexcited youth. You're stressing me out. You need to calm down. Here's some free advice. You'll never be able to get up there. I've seen people with better legs than you try. Fine. If you really want to, you'll need two things. First, a good attitude. That just applies to life in general. Everything is in the attitude. Then you'll need to visualize bouncing higher. Or, I don't know, learn a new skill. Sure, we'll figure something out. We'll learn how to bounce someday. I just know that you can't get up there without a combination of things. Calm, cool attitude, and more leg power. And stop it. I'm just a simple person who doesn't like it when people jump on my umbrella. Ah, almost had it. Fine, you're right, I can't. Hey Zen, how's it going? We just learned how to accept defeat. But it explores a whole new area with a lot of ice that we can't go through. But we can go here to Sateno Meadows. I kind of want to kill you now, sheep, because I can't. I don't feel like making a pen just for you. It seems unnecessary. I don't know. Finish watering plants, and then I'll look at what it takes to build another sheep pen. And if it's not too bad and it fits in that spot, I guess I'll make you your own pen. Okay, since it fits in there, you can have your own sheep pen. That's good to hear. I'm doing alright. I decided not to murder a sheep, so, you know, I got that going for me. And yeah, I'm doing alright. Somebody has working on that cosplay. A bunch of the stuff came in today. And, one of the tools that I really needed to do sawing, came in. And so now I can actually start working, like, dressing on the costume again. So I'm really happy about that. Sateno Meadows discovered. Depending on how this place looks, it might actually be Japanese inspired. Quite Japanese inspired. Yeah, so I really butchered that name. Resuteno. Resuteno. Meadows. Resuteno. Can't chop that one. Oh. I don't get it. I've been here for days. Everyone here says that they feel something. I don't feel anything. What gives? I shouldn't have quit my job. Oh, brother. It's poo. When the others aren't looking, I like to lick the rock. Helps me concentrate. Also, it's a bit salty. Oh wow, I've heard of this rock from a friend. He said that if you stand next to it for like a week, you can become a seagull or something. Yeah, those are my berries. Get your own, uncle. One of these days, Daffodil, you're not gonna move in time. I keep thinking those flying blades of grass are like a bug or something, like in the corner of my eye. You've got a surprise. I'm immensely chipper to see a dynamic young lady so hard at work. Okay, so no, that's not new, okay. And you don't have anything new. New errands? New errands, there we go. Well, glad they turned that one in. And that one. Not ready to part with my turnips, I'm sorry. And yeah, I still can't complete those. Pleasure doing business with you. Alright, time to harvest these crops. Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's, part I'm working on is the backpack of a character. And right now I have to saw little holes in the shelving of what I bought. Which isn't hard, it's just, it's something I haven't really done before. And so it's taken a bit to get used to. Wait, what? Wait, what? Well, we wait, whatting? No, I'm not cosplaying Kaban-chan. I'm cosplaying Ginkgo from Mushishi. My roommate is cosplaying Rappa from My Hero Academia, though. You know, I'm not sure I'm familiar with that character. I'm sorry. Come closer. Don't be afraid. You're so pretty, Munchkin. You remind me so much of how I used to be when I was younger. I used to wear a red ribbon in my hair, just like in the magazines. The boys always noticed me, you know. I could have had Tony, the barber's son. He was quite rich and had a red convertible. Or even Al, the ski champion. Homo friends. Sorry. Homo friends. I don't think I've watched that. Or even Al, the ski champion. Oh, Al, he had the nicest butt. But Giovanni. Giovanni. Whatever I did, whatever happened, he always made me smile. His eyes looked like shooting stars, his hair smelled like morning dew. But enough of this. Daydreaming won't get us nowhere. Let's do something productive. Aren't your crops in need of water? Okay, you're the one talking to me. Jinx from Arcane. Yeah, I've had a friend that wanted to do that, but at the same time, she wants to build physique, like gain muscle, not just be toned. So she's like, I don't know if I want to be a buff Jinx. Like, she might now be closer to wanting, like, for her goal, she'd probably want to do, V more than Jinx now. Granted, it's also one of those where it's like, you don't have to look exactly like the character. Like, I don't look anything like, Ginkgo. Because, yeah, I'm on the hefty side. I like that I approve titties, but it's like tits. I don't know if you're okay with that one. Yeah, like, I'm not gonna look like Ginkgo. Other than, like, the clothing matches, but that's all I really care about is, like, can someone see who I was playing versus do I look like the person? Let's do strawberries. Let's not do strawberries. Let's do raspberries. Let's not do raspberries. Let's do carrots and common mushroom. Oh man, didn't like the term huge D. The only other two characters I've ever cosplayed was like in high school I cosplayed Zabuza from Naruto, and then a few years ago I cosplayed Principal Nezu from My Hero Academia. I don't know, I'm just kind of running around waiting to get to the location. Good morning. food? Would you like some, no, I'm not giving you the pork chops. Do you like some grilled veggies? And a hug? Oh, Alice, you're so sweet. Have a good one. I would like you to come out of your house eventually, but I'm not going to pressure you. You, on the other hand, what are you doing sleeping? And why do you run all the way up there, Daffodil? You. Food? Would you like? Would you like coffee? And a hug? Let me go tell Uncle yet again I don't want to. I know, but I got things to do. Shellfish stew. Alright. I'll take those planks gladly. Here, you can have a thing of grilled fish. And a hug. Yep, that's pretty great. And then I hope we're heading to Albert's. I totally forgot if we're heading there or not. But I hope we're headed there. Really need to adjust where chat's display is, because my webcam mic covers up half of it once people actually start talking. It's one of those, I'm hoping by saying it out loud, I'll remember to do it after I finish streaming. Oh yeah, we went to Stella, that's right. Why are you looking at her like that? Daffodil, I need you. Oh yeah, I get you. Yeah, that's what, my friend was going for, is like characters that didn't show as much skin. One of the characters that she really wanted to do was Noi from forgot to let go, from Doro Hedoro, because her outfit is a jumpsuit, and so it shows no skin. Yeah, let's drop that in there. Drop you in there. And I really need more iron. Munchkin. There, I made these for you, Munchkin. I get you. Yeah, it's one of those where, like, if I wanted to play a character that's similar physique to mine, it's like, alright, what? Fat guys are in anime. But, that's why I was hungry as usual. Oh, I did something about it. I went outside the boat and gathered some berries. Okay, you gave me more berries. Awesome. I'll allow that one too. Want to get into bigger animes? Alright, yeah, I get that. Yeah, like, my roommate who wants to cosplay Rappa, who's super buff, he is fit-ish, but he's nowhere near buff enough to, like, be like, yeah, that's 100% Rappa. But, yeah, I play game characters, so hello Charlotte, but I'm gonna cosplay all characters. Hello Charlotte, I don't think I'm familiar with that. You were giving me a lot of stuff to look up, and I hope I remember to look it up. Whoa. Wait 1 second. I don't have a joke for the loom yet. I might have one soon. It's coming. I can feel it looming over me. I like this guy. Okay, gotta make more linen fabric. Easy peasy. I'll be right back, sir. Hopefully you'll have another joke for me when I come back. Now I'm kinda sad, because Gwen used to do this. Alright, I'll have to look into it. It might be something like I might have watched someone play it or something. But I'll look into it. Nope. Alright, there we go. And back on over. Hopefully he's got another joke. Another side-splitting pun. Icebreaker. Purchase. Boom. Wool fabric. Alright, yeah, that's easy. I'll definitely get that real fast. I'll be right back. Hold on, sir. Put it on stream. Now I feel bad if I missed it and just didn't, notice it. Purchase, please. Purchase. Oh, I don't have enough money, damn it. Hopefully shop guy's still there, and I can sell him some stuff. Okay, then yeah, I definitely would have missed it. I should have done at least one more thing with Uncle on making money. Damn it. Alright. Alright. Let's... Am I still able to do this with that Gwen? Yeah, I think there's been like a few characters over the years that I've been like, man, I really want to play, or not play, but like dress up as this character. Even though probably no one will get it, kind of thing. And Ginkgo's been one of them, where it's like, I think like there'll be a couple people that get it, but it'll go over most people's heads, which I'm perfectly fine with. That kind of makes me sad that we just go to her empty house to start the event. Dang it, still don't have enough. Yeah, cosplay funds are always the worst. I'm fine with nobody getting who I'm dressed up as. Like, I think I got used to that, like, during, like, Halloween growing up. I'd always be somebody and feel like I have no idea who you are. And it was just something I was like, okay, well, that happens. Oh well. Oh wait. I have feathers to sell. Stupid face. There we go, because I don't remember his name. Johnny from JJ Buzz. What is Jujubusber? Okay. Okay. I don't think Steel Ball Run is like series like 7 or something like that, right? Because uh you got like the original Dio arc, Pillarmen, then you have the first Stand arc, then you have the arc with the serial killer, and then the Italian adventure arc, and then you have the female Joestar arc. And I haven't even finished the female Joestar arc, so that's my way of saying I have no idea who these characters are in a longabout way. Okay, yeah, I haven't read that one yet. Yeah, if I had the physique for it, I would definitely want to cosplay Old Man Joseph. Even if he is a cheater. Nope. There we go. Alright, drop down, get in the boat, paddle on out. Oh, you do incredible things with Sawmill these days. You can even go on the internet. You can log on. Get it? Love this guy, he's the best. Okay. Okay, yep, can't do that. Need 2 people to get off my boat. Oh, he's so happy. Wait, no, that's what I meant. Okay, can't do that, but can I do? No, can't do that. Alright, well, nice talking to you. Johnny is a scrawny blonde who looks like he wears pajamas and he's crippled. Gio and him are both in a horse race. Gio is his weird himbo friend with the weird hat. I do like that Twink gets censored for bullying, but himbo, they're like, yeah, that's fine. Here, you can have this, because you really don't care about what you eat. Oh yeah, no, that's to give him the fried chicken that he wants. Little one, do you happen to have anything to eat? Well, you know, you can leave your place so that I see you more often. And to get a hug. Oh, I love you, Alice. Dear, you wouldn't happen to have a little something to eat, would you? I do. Would you like steamed shellfish? Okay, apparently you would. Here, have fun. Yeah, Twitch apparently loves big, strong men. I know, I really like Alice. I think that's why I'm getting annoyed that she doesn't leave. I'm like, I want to see you around doing things. Yes, we'll go straight to the mines. Actually, let's be wise about this. Let's go to the bus stop. Get that lettuce out of here. Not what I meant to do. Let's make some food. Let's cook up pork chops and leek. That sounds like it could be tasty. Yeah, oh yeah, that makes sense. I'll never put her home lower on the boat. She wants a view, and she's gonna get a view. If she doesn't want a view, she should have said something sooner. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate the fast transport. I'm never gonna turn off Alex's music. She better, because she's got that wardrobe. Summer's HVAC system needed glass, didn't it? Yeah, okay. Get out of our way, Ice. No, I'm not talking to you. Just gonna tell me you want fried chicken, and I already know that. Man, Daffodil gets such air. Oh, we're in a new area, so I might be able to catch new fish. I know I'm basically there, but new fish is new fish. Ooh, message in the bottle. Kalstein Mines discovered. Alright, well, oh, no, wrong button. Let's see what's in that bottle. Let's see what's in this bottle. Help me, I'm lost at sea. Hopefully this bottle reaches your friend. Here's my location on the map. 58, -11. Well, we'll have to wait till 1, dinner's done, and 2, we get what we can get from the mines, because we need iron and stuff. Meat stew! Oh, whoops. Oh, in here. And let's depart, Daffodil. We have places to be. And things and such to do. Oh, wait 1 second there. You can't be here. This mine has been abandoned for 40 years. You can't just waltz in there. You don't have the proper credentials. But I love the attitude. Do see some potential in you as a future security recruit. Just need some training. I went to school for this job, you know. I suppose if you went out and got said training, I could deputize you. That would work, actually. A break once in a while does sound nice. Listen, go out there and train for this job. Double jump, glide, zip line around. You need to be able to do all that before I make you part of the team. I'll see you around, future recruit. Okay. So then, what I believe I need to do is, believe I didn't get Bulgara's thing. So, first we'll look at 58 negative 11. That doesn't sound right. Nope. Second. Nope. 58 negative. Okay, so what's that? Oh, then. What's this? Pros and Incorporated. Cool, cool. But we are headed to Furugawa first. I know, don't forget. Uncle and his food. We're running out of seeds, so don't go to the crates enough. Here, have some corn. Oh, this is pretty. Big hugs for Daffodil. Just gonna leave me behind, Daffodil? I thought we were friends. Oh. I totally didn't fish when I was supposed to. Oh well. And it just dawned on me that that was rain, because it's snow. Oh, I just noticed her constellation. Hugs in remembrance. We're here. Oh, love you too, Daffodil. Okay. Oh yeah, I still didn't go talk to that person for the guy. Well, that's on him. He should have reminded me. Excuse me. Welcome to the World Run Furugawa Tours. Tour will begin shortly. It takes about 5 minutes and covers the rich history of the city. After, you'll have so many anecdotes about this place. You'll be the life of the party if you ever attend one. Ready? Yes, I am. Perfect. Let's start right away. To begin, a powerful symbol, erected to keep evil spirits away and bless this island for future generations. You can sometimes see islanders stop by this tree in the middle of their journey home. Maybe to remind themselves of a lost brother, their sick child, past lovers. Legend does say that they have heard it talk sometimes. Another piece of this island's rich culture. I personally have never experienced loss. Some say I always think of my personal problems, never thinking of others. Well, no matter, as long as I can carry on doing these tours. I'm gonna beat you. You're not yelling at me for leading the way? Oh, okay, now you're upset. Ah. Since this is a vibrant city, we have a Raccoon Ink location, considered by most to be the finest source of materials and wares. It is also, coincidentally, the only merchant business in town. Founded by Theodore Raccoon, these shops are a staple of a thriving economy. A A fun little fact, anyone who joins Raccoon Inc. must legally change their name to Theodore. I suppose it's a way to honor their founder. Truly a sign of devotion. I myself do not shop at this particular establishment. I make my own clothes and furniture. This isn't particularly noteworthy, but is a small tidbit in your tour guide life. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you to wherever you're going. Oh, I did do this. Okay. Hold on. Here. This shrine was built using only the finest metals. From the ashes of the past Guardian Tower, these shrines tell the story of our past. That story is... Give me a second. I'm not sure, actually. Which is why it's so important. In my forgetfulness, I remember the purpose of this shrine. The moral being, of course, always remember your heritage. Powerful thought. Let's move on. Alright. This concludes our tour. Gorgara Tours is grateful for your participation. Thank you for your ears and your patience. Thank you again. A gratuity is expected if you enjoyed the tour. Yes, that does sound fair. Amazing! I knew you had an educational spirit. Thank you for believing in my teaching aptitudes. Alright, well. Okay, didn't mean to talk to you. Went to buy. Ooh, got pork. Yep, I'll spend all my money on pork. So I do not know how to fashion it myself yet. And I need pork. Now I won't feel so stingy when Uncle asks me for, pork chops. I think I'll go to one more place before calling it for the night. Morning time, everyone wake up. Oh wait, not there. I need to check first. I think he told me. I think it was negative 150. 150. There we go. We will just fish the whole journey. That way I won't forget to fish when we hit the waters of the new area. Keep thinking I messed something up when I hit that. Ooh, a lobster. Oh no. Okay, come on, catch. Alright. Let me drop down. Yep. Aha. Joke's on you, I made it in time. That is marble. Ooh. Cotton seeds. Ooh, aluminum ore. Everything's coming up stellar today. Good morning, Uncle. Would you like a hug? Okay. Then you don't need food. Don't try to trick me, Uncle. I'll not fall for your ruse. I'll not be a participant on your ruse cruise. Don't forget, I want food. Cotton. And cotton. Alright, back to fishing. Man, this game is relaxing. Yeah, I got greedy. Okay, now I should still have time. Getting a fish. Ooh, char. Perfect timing. Suzanne's Museum discovered. This is the, I think she's a walrus that took an important painting that Spirit Furugawa wants. And it's believed that she only did it to spite him. Oh, great. Just fantastic. The Spiritfarer's here. On this God's forsaken rock. In the middle of the ocean. She came all the way over here. She saw the cold, steep surface of the cliffside below. With its broken ladder. She saw all of that and thought, yes, how inviting. Surely I am welcomed here. Well, you found me. No use running from it anymore. Let me run the old tape for you. Spiritfarer, whose name I don't know, nor care to know. I am the collector, otherwise known as Susan. The gods and all their materialistic arrogance have played a cruel trick on me. You see, I am the collector, not by choice, but by duty. Through your ceaseless plunder of this world's very finite wonders, will no doubt come to stockpile a collection of junk to rival the greatest garbage dumps of history. My duty is to reward this unconscionable behavior with, well, more junk. What irony, is it not? My predecessors used to ask for the accumulated bundles as payment to do who knows what with. But the job description says nothing about that, and I certainly have no interest in your filth. So when the time comes, show me what monstrous assortments you have managed to put together. Grab your meaningless reward and leave quickly. And pick up after yourself. Okay, cool. Let's see. Broken, shiny rocks. What a joy! Well, you've got a long day ahead of you. Listen, don't let me keep you, Spiritfarer. You have two jobs now, finding gems and spirits. By the way, who even comes up with such a ridiculous sounding name as Spiritfarer? It sounds terrible and doesn't roll off the tongue like my name. Susan. Susan. Susan the Collector. You make more food. How exciting. You start collecting a new type of junk. This time it's fish. They smell bad and they're all terribly ugly, yet you can't help but try to catch them all, can you? Fortunately for me, you probably won't be able to complete this collection. They're slippery little bastards. Collections? Well, let's see, what have you got now? Looks like some kind of... Why? Why in the name of everything that's holy and beautiful do you carry this horrible thing around? It's not only offensive to my eyes, it hurts the very essence of my soul. But wait, I recognize this. Oh no. I should have known from the very beginning. It's that man, isn't it, who sent you? That shallow, materialistic, superficial fraud for an intellectual. He sent you here, didn't he? What a crooked, treacherous weasel. He's mad about losing his precious little wood print, isn't he? Well, now he's never going to see it again, I can guarantee it. Perhaps he can learn a thing or two about scepticism. Okay. And as this preposterously silly collection, the reward is, let's see. No, this can't be. No, the fates can't be so fool. Alright, just take it. Take the bloody woodprint. Go back to the blabbering fool. Just take anything you want and get out of my sight. Cool, I got it. Oh, I don't have it yet. Lame. Alright, well, slide on down, hop in the boat, and get in. Alright, well, I think that is where I will call the stream for tonight. Let me see if I have any friends that are currently streaming. When I, I'm not stupid and, get things working the way I'm supposed to. Perfect. I know exactly who to raid. And so we will be calling it here tonight. I am sending you to Plague and Harm. They are fantastic. They're playing Tiny Tina's Wonderland and give them all my love. I will see y'all on Wednesday. Bye.